Alright lads, so I wanted to go ahead and make this quick little video about whether or not I think you should summon on these 50% support banners. Pretty much this is what the banner is going to look like for all of them. You have your super type unit and your extreme type unit that all match a certain color, AGO, tech, etc. And the banners are pretty bad. I mean, if you're guaranteed to get at least one of these guys per multi, and the multis are only 30 stones. That's what this little snippet up here means. So you get 2 tries at this. So you can either go ahead and pull 2 pans, or in this case 2 rildos, which is pretty good value. I mean, you're guaranteed 2 units. You could get really lucky and get both of the units, and then boom, you're out like that. But let's just go ahead and check out what these units are actually doing. So they're pretty much carbon copies. They all have the exact same passive skill. The only thing that's different from these guys is that, of course, the fizz units are going to have fizz, and the super units are going to be supporting their super classes. The only thing that really differentiates these cards are just their supers. So in Gohan's case, he's going to greatly raise attack, and he has a high chance to stun. It's okay. He's definitely not the best. We're going to go over to Boo's, and Boo's super is going to be raises attack and defense. This is always good. The recovers 20% HP is also pretty solid. It's a high amount of recovery. Real dose is just going to be lowers attack and defense, and greatly raises attack and defense with a seal. That's pretty good. Pan raises attack and defense by 30% for 2 turns. This is where you're going to start seeing huge differences in some of these cards. Raising allies attack and defense by 2 turns is really good. That's something that we see from LR Bulma. And then this one is just raising his own attack and defense by 50% for 9 turns, which is a long time, and that is a huge buff to have. We have Hit, who's just going to have a high chance to crit, and is going to greatly raise his defense. That's always pretty solid. We're going to go to Yamcha, greatly lowers attack and defense, greatly raises attack. That's pretty useless. And then we have Cell, who's going to greatly raise defense for 1 turn and greatly lowers attack and defense, which is okay. We're going to go to the Int ones, raises attack and defense for 50% for 9 turns. That's always pretty solid. Very similar to Kaba. And then lastly, we have Vegeta, who's just going to greatly raise his attack, and he has a high chance of stunning. As you can see, all the passive skills are exactly the same. Like I said, the only difference is the supers, and in that case, you're going to be wanting to summon for Kaba and Gohan here. That's pretty much it. Obviously, if you need these units, like going back and seeing, like, if you really need this Gohan, go for it. Same thing, if you really need some Majin power, go for it. Rildo, really good GT bosses units, not a lot of good GT bosses. Really good Hybrid Saiyans unit. And then Kaba, who's probably going to be paired the best if you're on global with Kefla. But yeah, this banner just really doesn't have a lot of value. I guess it's good that you do in fact get the guaranteed hit for both of them, but like I said, you can go into this, drop your 60 stones, there's 5 banners, you go 60 on all of them, boom, you're down 300 stones just like that. Yes, you are guaranteed 2 of the units, but like I said, you can get 2 pans, 2 rildos, 2 gohans, 2 boos. It really just comes down to luck, but it's always good to have guaranteed. Will I be summoning? No, personally. I don't need these units. These guys will be back. It is way more beneficial if we go ahead and save our stones for something like 9th year. Or I see a lot of netizens who are saying, screw the 9th year, save all your stones for the 10th year, which honestly is doable because, I mean, we celebrate 10th year in, what, 8 months on a global and JP sync, so you can go ahead and save it. Whether or not the 10th year is going to be better than the 9th year, of course, they always one up themselves every single year, and it's going to be marking the 10th year that Dokkan has been around. The game is absolutely old, and it's still firing on all cylinders, so 100%, whatever units we get for the 10th year, they are going to blow Gohan out the water. They're going to blow the Gammas, Gogeta, Broly, you name it. Go ahead and skip. Let's go ahead and save our stones for Gohan as part 1. I'd recommend or part 2, I'd recommend summoning for Gohan on your part 2 and focusing most of your stones in part 1 on this Broly. This Broly is a very good unit. He is going to lead some of the best extreme teams needed for the next event. So just go ahead and go for this. And like I said, part 2, we have with your stones saved up, go ahead and get Gohan. But yeah, guys, just go ahead and just ignore these banners. We will be getting a lot of stones going into the 9th year, so don't worry if you do end up summoning on these. Just go ahead and just conserve as many stones as you can going into the 9th year, And then, of course, just skip everything else after the ninth year. Worldwide download celebration, chances are it's not going to be absolutely amazing. I say that having saw last year's worldwide download celebration units absolutely fade into oblivion. The only one that's actually even worth anything is Zamasu at this point. But yeah, go ahead and just save your stones. Keep them for the ninth year, like I said. Beast Gohan, Broly, and for the 10th year, if you really want to skip these guys and wait for the 10th year, go for it. Just please don't summon on any middle banners if you're going to skip the ninth year. If you're going to skip the ninth year, you better not be summoning for worldwide. You better not be summoning for anything after Tanabato Golden Week. Just summon on the 10th year. So yeah, guys, that's it. Make sure you don't summon, save your stones, and I'll see you all later.